And now it's time for the pot calling the kettle black. This segment is approved by BAT, the ISUPK, and the black community. All intellectual ideas, jokes, sarcasm, commentary, and especially owned by Thawahgabar, HNIC, the head nigga in charge.
Court documents do show that 20-year-old Phoenix Inker's parents were in a custody battle when he was younger. Records also show his biological mother violated a custody agreement by taking him to...
Oh, his parents was in a custody battle when he was younger. Oh my goodness, what a traumatic experience. Oh man, only if they did that for black people.
to Norway. The affidavit also says that Ickner has developmental delays and special needs.
He has developmental delays and special needs. Oh, they had to, he went through so much as a child. Then he went to Florida State University and popped two people. But he went through so much as a child. Y'all hear this? I was just saying this.
In 2015, Ickner's mother also filed a slander lawsuit against his father and stepmother. His stepmother is a Leon County deputy. Law enforcement says Ickner used her old service weapon on Thursday.
Now, he's a mass shooter. He goes in and shoots some people. Now they're talking about the hard life that he had. They don't do that for black people. They don't make an excuse for black people. Oh, his parents was in a custody battle when he was a little kid. He has developmental delays. What the hell is a developmental delay? I don't know. But the point is that you see how, okay, when they do something, they say, let's consider what the childhood was like. Let's consider what the background was like. Meanwhile, you as a black person growing up without a father, growing up in a broken home, growing up with a drug addicted mother, growing up in foster care, growing up and being molested, growing up and going through all types of hell, and nobody ever would consider that. And then you grow up and you're not a school shooter. He had a developmental delay, but his trigger figure didn't have a delay. You know what I mean? When have you ever heard them go into the history? Let's just say there's a black person that did something like that. When did they ever go into the history and say, well, his father wasn't at home. He struggled with having friends at school. Never. Well, with them, it's his mother and father was going through a divorce. He has developmental delays. He couldn't get a girlfriend at school. No one was his friend at school. They roll out the excuses. They just roll out the excuses and to rationalize their criminal minds. That, you know, when they look at black people, they're not saying like, okay, what is really going on with, you know, the mental health of these people? They don't care to diagnose you. They don't look at a young person and say, what is going on at home? They looking at the young person and saying he's disruptive, you know, he's you know, he needs to go to detention, he needs this and that. He's a problem child. Nobody cares about what is really going on with you. Nobody will even consider that. But the minute that they do something, they do a crime, they do a mass shooting, and this has been going on my whole life of mass shootings. I'm 40 years old. This has been going on my whole life where the mass shoot, they come with stories and details to make you sympathize with the mass shooter. They come with his family was you know, separated. He grew up in foster care. His father and mother were in a divorce agreement. So I have to now feel bad for a mass murder? Okay. But you'll demonize a black person out the gate. They didn't have any family trauma. They didn't have, I guess they grew up they had a perfect life. They're just a criminal.
The pot calling the kettle black. This segment is approved by BAT, the ISUPK, and the black community. All intellectual ideas, jokes, sarcasm, commentary, and especially owned by Thawahgabar, HNIC, the head nigga in charge.